Hey everyone, I have a disgusting green Game Boy Color. This thing has seen some better days. I picked this up at a flea market. There's a whole bin of just some of the worst condition Game Boys I've ever seen. I did record some of it with my cell phone. I'll put the footage right here of me digging through the bin. The person that was selling those apparently has someone come in regularly and just buys these to mod them. I personally wanted to pick one out for myself to save. I've always wanted a green shell, and I'm not a big fan of aftermarket shells. I'll buy like aftermarket battery covers, but the shell itself, I like finding an original. There's nothing wrong with whatever you guys want to do with your Game Boys, but for me, I like keeping mine as original as I can. I know I have a short somewhere on my channel of modding a Game Boy Advance, but that was for someone else. For stuff for me, I like putting things back to as original as I possibly can. Like I said, minus maybe like a battery door, or if the lens is missing, I'll replace that kind of thing. So I've always wanted one of the green ones, just because green's my favorite color, and I'm a really big fan of this particular shade here. I personally want to save one of these. This one here was the one that was grabbed out of the pile. I actually didn't grab it. The seller grabbed it. I said, hey, find whatever one in there is in terrible condition that you would sell the lowest price for, because I'm incredibly cheap and I'm just going to restore it myself. I'm not going to mod it. I'm not going to sell it or anything like that. So this is the one that actually the seller picked out, which I'm glad. The screen, and I hope I'm not jinxing this, the screen appears to be in decent shape. The battery terminals are pretty brutal. This one here, I don't know if we can save. I'm gonna try to save it. If not, we're gonna have to order new battery terminals. This side here, we should be able to save. This is as crunchy and as crusty as this is, that shouldn't be too bad. Let's open her up and let's see if we can bring this thing back to life. Actually, you know what? I've not even tested to see if this thing even works. So for all I know, this actually might just work. That's a 1.3. 1.4, okay, so these batteries are good. Let's throw these in here. I don't have high hopes. Oh, that did not want to go in there. Especially with this terminal here that's kind of squished. And we're gonna need to bend back. All right, let's get into a spot where we can kind of make contact. All right. Yeah, no, we still don't have power. Oh, holy cow. Oh my God. Oh my God. This actually is going, all right, I don't want to jinx it. That is fantastic. There's a good chance that this may work. So I'm pretty excited about that. I had not thrown batteries in this before. Okay, all right, let's take this thing apart now. I know everything in here is gonna need a bath. She is filthy. I'm just hoping there isn't any battery corrosion where the buttons are, because then we're gonna have to do a lot of work to bring this thing back to life. My goal is to bring this back to life. Not to do a board swap, not to do a screen swap, not to modify it, not to do any of those things. Our speaker works because I heard it, so that's good. So I don't have to replace the speaker, which also means all of those components are still good, which is awesome. The question's gonna be, are the buttons gonna be working? Is the game slot gonna be working? And we saw the screen work too. Wow, this screw is really, really crusty and not wanting to come out. I'm excited that this may not need as much work as I thought, which might not make as good of a video, but for the person that has to actually fix the item, it makes me happier because I'm lazy, guys, all right? Wow, these screws are really in there. Holy cow. These two screws just don't want to back out at all. Oh, there we go, got one. Come out. This thing is stuck. Please remove yourself. There we go. Look at all the crud that just came out from just shaking this thing. Ugh. All right, you know what? We're gonna give the mat a wipe down first because the mat's already gross. That didn't take long. Let's take a look inside and see how bad the damage is. Surprisingly not bad. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I spoke too soon. Look at the ribbon cable up here. Can you see that corrosion up there? Oh no. This thing actually worked though. Oh, look at all that on the poor ribbon cable. So that means we got corrosion through here. Once again, this powered on. All right. Let's disassemble this even further here. Oh, we got a lot of rust over here too. That poor volume wheel. There we go. Come on. I gotta give her a little twist here. Let's free up. Come on. Oh, there we go. Honestly, not that terrible. Okay, it's dirty. There's dirt in the speaker, which isn't ideal. This is rusty, which isn't good. This is concerning, but the screen worked. So I'm still very confident. So we're gonna have to clean all of that. This, I'm gonna try to just bend back into place. All of this is getting a bath. I have a brand new ultrasonic cleaner. It is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, wow. Look at the dirt in there. All of you are going in the ultrasonic cleaner. Oh, look at these poor screws. I've actually never seen the screws on the inside here be just completely rusted. All right, so those are gonna have to get evapor-rusted. Yeah, we're throwing those in the evapor-rust. Oh, this one's, oh, okay, cool. We were able to get in there. I was worried on that one. Those are crunchy. All right, well, this isn't bad, so that's good. We'll just give that a cleaning. This can go in the ultrasonic cleaner. There we go. Let me get something for those. Honestly, don't need much more than this little cap here. Got some evapor-rust. All right, well now I'm gonna go put this somewhere safe where it won't tip over. I have cats, so I have to put things somewhere safe. I'm gonna throw all this in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm not gonna run it just yet because that thing makes an awful noise that I'm not gonna make you guys listen to. Should we desolder these and disconnect? Yeah, I think because of the rust that's on there. I want to be lazy. The whole bench is gross again. Oh, forgot that. All right, speaker, you need to get out of the way. I don't want to melt you. Got that out. We do have some corrosion definitely that was left underneath here. So now we have this thing out. We're gonna throw that in there. This one's fine. I'm just gonna clean that up. So now that we have those in there, we're gonna take a little bit of white vinegar. It's honestly probably too big of a container, but whatever. And we'll just let that soak. I'm actually gonna clean up this terminal too while we're at it. Disgusting. All right, let's throw that out. Now time for some isopropyl alcohol. Man, some of these pins are really looking rough. Okay, I don't know how that's working, but it was working. And once again, I don't know how much this works or doesn't work. This was never mine. I found this in a bin of other broken Game Boys. Now I do know as well, like I said, I'm trying to save this one here. And I've heard the argument many times about how it doesn't really matter. There was literally millions of Game Boys. So even if you threw one away every day of your life, there would still be more Game Boys than you could ever, you know, possibly dream of. I've heard that argument and everything, but still, I don't know. This is something I enjoy. People get mad at the fact that I want to preserve these for some reason. I don't know why, because I don't want to mod them. I don't want to cut them up. I don't want to, you know, put replacement shells on them and all that stuff. And this is for me. For me, I'm happy. This is what makes me happy, is I like preserving history, you know, even though I'm not preserving something rare. There's literally millions of this. I'm well aware of that, but this is just something that I enjoy. And if you don't enjoy that, plenty of channels where they actually mod them. They do really cool things that blows my mind what people are able to do. And I respect that. You know, like, just because it's not for me doesn't mean that it's not like awesome. Does that make sense? Is that, you know, like, I don't know. Too many people get caught up on what they like, and you have to like the same thing that they like. I don't have to like what you like, and you don't have to like what I like, and that's fine. It doesn't make either of our things wrong, you know? Now, if I'm fixing something wrong, that's totally different. That you can call me out on. By all means. If something I'm doing is terrible, like the fact that I'm not putting down towel right now and I'm just getting crud on the screen, that was wrong, and I should have been using a towel. I just realized that. That's something, by all means, call me out on. You know what I mean? Like, that being said, don't stop giving suggestions, because, like, who knows? Maybe there is something that I haven't discovered that I will want to do, you know? If someone could find a way to replace the screen for a Game Boy Pocket, as an example, without cutting the shell, I'd be interested in that. I'd much rather find proper polarizing filters, which I'm struggling with, but I'd be open to that. I've got so many Game Boy Pockets with bad screens just because there's not really any good replacements. It's either you have to cut into the shell, which I don't want to do, I'm very strongly against, or you have to put a polarizing filter on there that turns the screen green, which the screen wasn't green from the beginning. It's just the same kind of polarizing filter that was on the original Game Boy. I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling right now. This isn't even about a Game Boy Pocket. What am I talking about? All right, well, that's a lot cleaner. I think it's all on the inside, isn't it? No, maybe it was on the outside. I think I'm cleaning it up. I have replaced a speaker with an aftermarket speaker before in a Game Boy. Once again, if it's dead, that's a different story. But I don't like cutting up something that can be fixed. I don't think there's a way. Once that speaker's gone, it's just kind of gone. This is just flux. This isn't even dirt here. This isn't harming anything, but we're just gonna clean it up, you know? Okay, now we are just gonna let this soak, right? And try to clean up here. And I'm gonna let those screws soak wherever those are. And then I'm gonna run the ultrasonic cleaner. I'll show you what the ultrasonic cleaner looks like, but I am not going to run it on camera because it's just so loud and so obnoxious. And I don't even like being in the same room as it. So it's loud, but it's crazy. It's really cool. All right, so I don't know how well this is gonna show up because this is now in a different room. So this will probably be a lot darker, but we have everything sitting in this giant 30-liter ultrasonic cleaner. I'm just gonna set the time that I want to run for, and then I'm gonna start it. It also is a heated one as well. We're not gonna use the heated function for this. So, but yeah, all right, well, I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, after running everything through the ultrasonic cleaner, honestly, these came out way better than I was really anticipating. There is still some pitting on the plastic and some discoloration, but all the grime is gone. We still have some rust marks on the inside, but that's fine. Weirdly, this label was not damaged. I was really expecting this to peel up, but yet this green piece down here, which is a sticker, that lost its paint. I don't know why that happened instead. But yeah, both of these came out great. The only thing that's a bummer is I thought most of this damage was grime on this lens here, but yeah, it really is just this lens is shot. So this lens should be replaced. I'm not gonna replace it right now. This lens is pretty far gone and it is heavily pitted and scratched. At some point, I'll probably pop this off and replace it with a glass one that will just look nice again. There's still some damage to this. This will always look damaged, you know, this will never look perfect. This will sound absolutely insane to most people. I've tried to explain this to some of my other collector friends, I actually do enjoy there being some, I don't know, patina on the case, you know, where it has some damage to it. Same thing with my games. I like my games to show some wear to them because that way I don't, hi Daisy, thank you for coming to inspect. That way I don't feel bad about using them, you know, like otherwise, I have a couple games that are like pristine and I don't like using them just because they're so pretty. Buddy, I'm gonna have to solder, so you're gonna have to come down. Okay, you can come back up in a little bit, I promise. Okay, I'm sorry. I know, you're very helpful. I love you. All right, so I am going to reattach this. I actually dunked the battery terminal in the evaporust as well, because after it went through the white vinegar, it was still really rusty. Now it's been in the white vinegar to remove the corrosion and the evaporust to remove the rust. So this is gonna give it probably the best chance it'll ever have at working again. It doesn't look terrible, it's just still bent. So we have to bend it back. That's all. Yeah, the spring is always gonna be kind of jank. I don't really have the skills at bending these things. I've seen some people bend springs back perfectly, but that's not exactly in my wheelhouse. Yeah, that looks terrible. Okay, let's solder this back in place where it was. Now that we have that nice and cleaned up, I should probably remove all my other little screws out of here too. Set that aside and hope I don't knock that over. I'll let those dry off. Yeah, all the pads and everything came out great. This doesn't look too bad after soaking. Still not perfect. A smarter person than I would probably just replace this, but you know, it's probably gonna be fine. If it isn't, I'll just replace it. It's not a big deal. Okay, so I wanna add a little bit of flux. Take our soldering iron. Oh, I need to turn on my ventilation. That looks pretty darn good. Okay. All right, let's put this thing back together and see if it actually works. I'm gonna be impressed if it does. We're gonna have to install that little shield. I legitimately forget every single time how this goes in there. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's put those screws back in that I don't know where I moved them to. Where did I put them? Guys, I had those screws like seconds ago. Where did they go? What did I do with them? I set them on one of the rags. Oh gosh. Oh, they rolled on the floor. Cool. Oh, I'm an idiot. All right, well here's 3 of them. Where's the 4th? All right, well we can put in 3 right now. I am so dumb. How did I even do that? Oh, there's the 4th one. I really don't know what just happened there, but we're just gonna put these back in and we're gonna pretend like I didn't almost just lose all of them very stupidly. This probably needed a little more time in the evaporust, but it's fine. It's not like anyone's actually gonna see these. These are on the inside of the case. The others turned out pretty good. All right, let's put all this back together. The good news is if you're ever trying to restore one of these yourselves and you have something like the membrane pads are damaged or anything like that, people make aftermarkets of every single piece. So you can always replace anything that is actually too far gone or too far damaged, including the battery terminals. Oh, this ribbon cable still looks so terrible. Well, we're hoping this turned on once before. We're gonna hope that it still turns back on once we reassemble it. Because that ribbon cable looks really rough. Okay, that actually went in there relatively easily. That spring is still super jank, but that's fine. This whole thing is super jank. Oh man, this is That's gonna be a problem, isn't that? No? Okay, that lined up all right. All right, I don't know why I doubt myself so much. Should we test it now or should we fully assemble it? I'm gonna have faith in myself. You know what? I'm gonna have faith in myself that this is gonna just work, and there is not going to be a sassy comment appearing on the screen right now saying that I shouldn't have put this together. We're gonna believe that this is gonna work, guys, and we're just gonna fully assemble it right now. Because boy, will I sure feel silly after saying all this right now. Let's find out. Is this gonna work? Let me throw a game in now. We haven't even tested to see if it reads a game yet. All right, we're gonna use something that I fixed on this channel once before. We know this game works, which is Test Drive Cycles. I'm pretty sure I swapped a battery in one of the shorts or something for this, I don't remember. But this has been on the channel before. Even though this was working, I always clean the pins before I insert a game in using alcohol. Let's see, will it read the game? Fingers crossed, guys. Holy cow. It is reading. All right, do all of our buttons work? I do believe everything is working. All of our buttons are working, and our speaker clearly works, our screen clearly works. Only downside is our bezel does look absolutely terrible on this thing, but it's fine for now. Let me know in the comments below, would this plastic lens bother you enough to buy like a replacement glass lens? Do you think I should do it? Should I just leave it as part of the patina of this Game Boy Color? Because oh boy, that's rough. Anyways, we rescued this, we saved it. I'm gonna buy an aftermarket battery door for this thing, unless someone has a green battery door that they want to generously donate. Let me know. Okay, cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You know what? I did tell Daisy she could come back up after I was done soldering. What have I done? Daisy, come back. I did promise you that you could come back, Daisy, after I was done soldering. Anyways, the video is done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. As always, I love all of you. And Daisy says she loves you as well. Right, buddy? Goodbye, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in.